The Petersburg's Costume Creep-Athon!
3 costume pairs have been chosen. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, Captain America and Bucky Barnes, Thor and Loki. Today's costumes are Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Hey everyone, I'm Elliot.
I'm Phineas.
And we're the Peters Bros, and welcome to Costume Creep-Athon 2017.
You might have heard, but on our channel we are making the Costume Creep-Athon series, which is a video series leading up to Halloween, where we make Halloween costumes, and at the end you guys pick which one we wear on Hallows Eve itself.
So today's costumes that we're going to show you are Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. A couple of the costumes that we're building in this video series involve big prop builds. Things like Captain America's shield or Thor's hammer. But when it comes to Sherlock and John, they pretty much dress like regular people.
They kind of just wear, I mean, Sherlock less, not as much as John, but
they definitely have iconic looks. But
yes,
we were actually able to pull most of the stuff from our own closets. Now we're going to run down piece by piece what each of these costumes consists of.
So I will be wearing the John Watson outfit. We'll give you the rundown on exactly what is happening with all of these pieces of clothes. Let's start with this jacket. Not as famous as Sherlock's jacket, but he still wears one. This is just a black Levi's coat that Elliot had in his closet. Technically in the show, John has patches on the elbows, black ovals. You can add those if you want, just to add some more authenticity. So this works great. Mustache. It's not completely necessary. In the 3rd season, John starts out with a mustache, sort of as a reference to the original Sherlock Holmes stories. So we just thought we'd add that in for fun, and to make me more recognizable as John. Next is the sweater. John wears a lot of sweaters in the show. An Old Navy sweater is gray and the only sweater in the world that does not make me sneeze. Next is a white button-down shirt. You probably have one of these. If you don't, for whatever reason, I'm sure your friend will. The pants. Wait, but we're not done! We have boots. So I'm going to try on all of these things, so you guys have to stick around to see Elliot's costume right now.
Okay, so I will be the one costuming as Sherlock Holmes. Of course, one big thing that you will notice we do not have in this video is that hat. And that is because Sherlock hates that hat, and I think that if we were to wear it, he'd probably hunt us down and kill us. Full disclosure, I totally did look all over the place for that hat. You can't find a deerstalker anywhere for some reason. I'm sure that you could find one online, but that's pretty much the only place that you could find it. Or if you're awesome and artsy, you can just make one. So right off the bat, we're gonna go right ahead and talk about the most iconic part of the BBC Sherlock costume, and that is this coat. It's a London fog trench coat, because Finn has those, weirdo. This is as authentic as it gets, because those coats that he wears in the show were tailor-made for the show. You cannot find one anywhere. You can find replicas of the coat, but those are ridiculously expensive. One thing that you could do to alter this coat and make it more screen authentic is switch out the threads around on the buttons and the buttonholes to be red, because that's what Sherlock's coat looks like. And then, of course, there's the scarf. I was lucky enough to find this fantastic scarf that looks ridiculously similar to the one that he wears in the show. Just the coat and the scarf together, you're looking like Sherlock Holmes already. But there are a couple more things that really finish off and sell the look. And one of those little details that you might actually overlook if you're watching the show are these gloves. Sherlock wears gloves a lot. We just found these at a regular costume shop, costume gloves, and they were super cheap. Of course, you could go full pleather or leather, because I'm pretty sure that the gloves that Sherlock wears in at least season 1 of the show are leather gloves, but these work fine and they look really, really great with the coat. So that is what we're going with. And then, of course, There's that's the outerwear, and then this is the costume layer. Just a button-down shirt, like John, and gray dress pants. Sherlock's a very dressy guy, which brings me straight to the shoes. These are a pair of Doc Martens that I just had because I'm classy, but Sherlock almost always is wearing some kind of dress shoes. I am gonna go try this on. I'll be with you in 1 second. Now, all that remains is little things about how you wear the costume. This is something I feel like a lot of costume tutorials gloss right over, is how you wear it. And that is a huge part of how Sherlock and John come across in their costumes. For instance, the popped collar. That's like beyond important. You gotta pop the collar.
Knew that. And little things like pulling the collar of your button-down shirt over your sweater just to give it some more John-esque detail.
John! The game is on.
Let's go chase a taxi cab.
You know my methods, John. What can we deduce?
They are watching a video.
Okay, yes, but what else?
They're probably sitting
What do they want?
to like it.
Yes, good, but you're missing the most blatant one of all. They want to subscribe.
How-
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
How could you possibly get so?
Alright, look at the eyebrows. It's in the eyebrows, John.
I don't even.
No, wait, come back!
It's cluing for looks.